Good afternoon, and welcome to Garnet Valley High School's production of Oliver, the musical. My name is Mike Kaba, president of the Drama Club.
And my name is Teresa Tran, also president of the Drama Club.
Before we begin, we'd like to bring a few things to your attention. Please have all electronic devices powered off, for they interfere with our microphone system.
If you are seen taking pictures with a cellular device and/or tablet, you will be asked to put them away.
We ask that you ensure that the aisles are clear at all times. Please be aware that this performance contains some adult-themed scenes and that there are live animals in this production.
There will be one 15-minute intermission, and concessions can be purchased in the lobby during that time.
Theater etiquette states to remain in your seats for curtain call. Doors will not be open to exit until curtain call has been concluded.
With only half the amount of time we had to prepare for The Little Mermaid, the cast and crew has spent the last 9 weeks working very hard to make this classic musical as spectacular as possible.
We would like to thank Mrs. Joy Umstead, Ms. Krista Master, Mr. Vincent Damara, and Mrs. Suzanne Calise for working with us to make this production possible.
Also, we'd like to thank our dedicated parents who have spent countless hours aiding with set design and construction, along with assembling a great deal of costumes for the entire cast. We'd also like to give a special thank you to Mr. T-Bone Smith for his camera work.
We thank the GVHSPAA Board, the Garnet Valley District and High School Administration, and the high school maintenance for all of their support.
Lastly, we'd like to thank our wonderful director, Mrs. Heather Arders, for all of her hard work and commitment to the program. Without her, the performance you are about to see would not be possible.
Before the main event begins, grades K to 8 will be performing a pre-show to next year's spring musical, Music Man. And without further ado, consider yourself at home, sit back, relax, and enjoy the show.
Who's there?
Please, help me.
What's the matter?
Please, take my child. I'm sick. I'm dying. His name is Oliver Brownlow. One day, he'll be proud to know his name.
Is it underneath the willow tree? For what you are about to receive, may the Lord make you truly thankful.
Amen. Please, sir, I want some more.
What?
Please, sir, I want some more.
More?
Catch him,
Snatch him,
hold him,
scold him.
pounce him, trounce him, pick him up and bounce him.
Wait. Before we put the lad to task, may I be so curious as to ask his name? Oliver, Oliver. Never before has a boy wanted more.
Oliver, Oliver.
Won't ask for more when he knows what's in store. There's a dark, thin, winding stairway without any banister, which will throw him down and feed him on cockroaches served in a canister.
Oliver, Oliver.
What will he do when he's turned black and blue? He will curse the day somebody named him Oliver. Oliver, Oliver. Never before has a boy wanted more. Oliver, Oliver.
Won't ask for more when he knows what's in store.
There's a sooty chimney long overdue for a sweeping out, which will push him up. And one day next year with the rats he'll be creeping out.
Oliver, Oliver.
What will he do in this terrible stew? He will rue the day somebody named him Oliver.
Lock him up and bring his belongings back to me when you're done. Now to bed with all of you.
You're quite right, Mrs. Corney. We must get rid of this canker in our midst. That boy was born to be young, Mrs. Corney. I've never been so shocked in all my days.
How wash, Mr. Bumble, you've had quite a turn. Sit down and have a nice cup of tea.
It's nice to be appreciated, Mrs. Corney. These here paupers in this here parish don't appreciate me. Anti-parochial they are, Mum. Anti-parochial. We have given them a matter of 20 loaves and a cheese knife this very blessed afternoon. And still these paupers ain't contented.
Of course they're not. Why would they be? Sweet Mr. Bumble.
Very sweet indeed, ma'am. You have a cat, I see, and kittens too, I declare.
Oh, I'm so fond of them, you can't imagine. They're fond of their own, too.
Well, any cat or kitten that could live with you, Mrs. Corney, and not be fond of its own, would be an idiot, Mum, and ain't fit to live in it.
Oh, Mr. Bumble.
It's no use disguising facts, Mum. An idiot! I would drown it myself, with pleasure.
Then you're a very cruel man. Very odd-hearted man and all.
Hard-hearted, Mrs. Corney. Are you hard-hearted, Mrs. Corney?
What a very curious question coming from a single man. What could you want to know for? Mr. Bumble, I shall scream!
No, you wouldn't. Hey ho, if I wanted something special, then you couldn't say no. Did I nearly catch you smiling? Yes, I did, and it's beguiling. If your hand is close, I'll caress it. Yes, you like it, come confess it. Yes, you do.
No, I don't.
Yes, you do.
I shall scream. I shall scream. Till they hasten to my rescue, I shall scream.
Since there's nobody that's near us who could see us or could hear us, if I ask you, could I kiss you? Say, what will my pretty miss do?
I shall scream, scream, scream.
If I pinch you one pinch from your shy protective shell, could I uninch you 1 inch? Will my blithesome buxom beauty let a suitor do his duty? Though his lap ain't very large, dear, sit upon it, there's no charge, dear. Will you sit?
No,
you sit?
I shall scream. I shall scream. For the safety of my virtue, I shall scream. Though your knee is rather cozy, see my cheeks are getting rosy. You would have me in your power if I sat here for an hour.
I shall scream, scream, scream.
You're a naughty bad man. If you think I can't be proper, prim and haughty, I can. And you'll pardon if I mention you must state your true intention.
Is there not another room here?
No.
If there were a bride and groom here, would there be?
Well, there might.
We shall see.
I shall scream. I shall scream. At the thought of what you're thinking, I shall scream.
You will wonder where the scream went when we come to an agreement. As my lovey-dove is chubby, could she love a chubby hubby?
I shall scream, Mr. Bumble. I shall scream, Bumble, Umble. I shall scream, scream, scream.
You brought the boy, ma'am.
Yes, gotta get a good price for him, Mr. Bumble.
One boy for sale, come towing cheap, only 7 guineas, that or thereabout. Small boy, rather pale, through lack of sleep, feed him gruel dinners, stop him getting stout. If I should say he wasn't very greedy, I could not, I'd be telling you a tale. One boy for sale, come take a peek. Have you ever seen as nice a boy for sale? A boy for sale. Liberal terms, Mr. Sowerberry, liberal terms. £5.
Well, as a matter of fact, I was needing a boy.
Well, then it's settled. £5, please.
If you don't mind, cash upon liking, Mr. Bumble. Cash upon liking. Mrs. Sowerberry,
What is it?
would you have the goodness to come here for a moment, my sweet?
What do you want? What is it?
My dear, I have told Mr. Bumble that
Hello, Mr.
Hello, Mrs. Sowerberry.
we may consider on taking this boy to help with the shop.
Dear, dear. He's very small.
Yes, he is rather small, but he'll grow, Mrs. Sowerberry, he'll grow.
I dare say you will on our victuals and our drinks. They're a waste of time, these workouts, boys. Always costing more to keep than what they're worth. Still, you men always think you know best, so what are you going to do with him?
He has an expression of melancholy on his face, my dear. He could make a delightful coffin follower.
For what?
I don't mean a coffin follower for grown-ups, but for children's practice. It will be a superb effect, my sweet.
For once, and just for once, you might have a decent idea. Very well well then, boy, what's your name?
Oliver. Oliver Twist, ma'am.
A singular name.
Hi, ma'am, and one of my own choosing.
Yours, Mr. Bumble.
Mine, Mrs. Sowerberry.
So, Mr. Bumble.
Well, the boy's mother came to us destitute. She gave birth to him, took one look at him, and then promptly died without leaving so much as a forwarding name and address.
Oh, dear. Well then, Oliver Twist, do you think you could look like that gentleman up there?
Maybe, if I had a black hat.
Never mind
Ah,
about
the
black.
boy's right, Henry. Get the boy a top hat. These things must be done proper and correct. Henry! Henry, really? It takes you twice as long to do anything as anyone else. Still, for once, you've had a good idea. Now, boy, do you think you keep that expression on your face for a long while, with the crowd watching you?
Yes, ma'am, I think so.
He's a born undertaker's mute. I could see him in his black silk suit, following behind the funeral procession with his features fixed in a suitable expression. There'll be horses with tall black plumes to escort us to the family tombs, with mourners in our corners who've been taught to weep in tune. And the coffin lined with satin, that's your funeral.
That's your funeral.
Large enough to wear your hat in, that's your funeral.
That's your funeral.
We're just here to glamorize you for that endless sleep. You might just as well look fetching when you're 6 feet deep. At the wake, we'll drink a toddy to the body beautiful. That's your funeral.
Not a funeral.
That's your funeral. If you're fond of overeating, that's your funeral.
That's your funeral.
Starve yourself by undereating, that's your funeral.
That's my funeral.
Visualize the earth descending on you clod by clod. You can't come back when you're buried underneath the sword. We will not reduce our prices, keep your vices usual. That's your funeral.
Not a funeral.
That's your funeral.
I don't think this song is funny.
That's your funeral.
That's your funeral.
Here's the boy, now where's the money?
That's your funeral.
That's your funeral.
We harbor thoughts macabre, there's no need to frown. In the end, we'll either burn you up or nail you down. We love coughs and wheezes and diseases called incurable. That's your funeral, no one else's funeral.
That's your.
That's your funeral.
Very well then, boy, that's your job. Junior coffin follower. Have you eaten yet?
No, ma'am.
Charlotte! Charlotte! What? Bring in some of the cold bits we put out for the dog. It hasn't been in all day, so I dare say you can go without them. And, the boy ain't too dainty to eat them now, are you, boy? Charlotte, love, give him to him. Have you done?
Yes, ma'am.
Well, glad to hear it. Henry, get to bed. Charlotte, don't just stand there gawking. Now, Oliver Twist, your bed's here under the counter. I don't suppose you mind sleeping among coffins, but it doesn't matter whether you do or you don't, because you can't sleep nowhere else.
Where is love? Does it fall from skies above? Is it underneath the willow tree that I've been dreaming of? Where is she who I close my eyes to see? Will I ever know of and white, till I am beside the someone who I can mean something to. Where is love?
Open the door, will you? Open up the door. Open the door.
I will directly, sir.
Are you the new boy?
Yes, sir.
How old are you?
9, sir.
Then I'll whop you one when I get in. You just see if I don't, little workhouse brat.
Did you knock, sir?
I kicked.
Did you want a coffin, sir?
No, but you'll be wanting one before very long if you start cheeking your superiors. You don't know who I am, I suppose, workhouse.
No, sir. Can't say as I do.
I'm Mr. Noah Claypole, and you're under me. So shut the door, you idle young scalawag.
Hello, Noah. I saved a nice bit of bacon for you for Master's breakfast. Oliver, shut the door. And take them bits in your tea and go over there and eat 'em. And make haste, because I want you to mind the shop, do you hear?
Do you hear? Workus?
Oh, Noah, what a tease you are. Let the boy alone.
Let him alone? I'm giving the boy a change, you silly thing. Everyone lets him alone. His father left him alone. His mother left him alone. They all left him alone except dear old kind old Noah.
You are a one.
Hey, Workus, how's your mother?
You leave my mother out of this. She's dead.
What did she die of, Workus? Shortage of breath?
Never you mind.
Oh, but I do mind.
Well, you better not say more. Say,
Better not. Better not. If you don't mind, the cheek of it. The workhouse cheek of it. My mother, he says, she was a nice one, she was. You know, Workus, can't be helped now, and of course, it couldn't be helped then. I'm very sorry for it and all that, but you must know, your mother was a regular, right-down bad-un.
what did you say?
A regular, right-down bad-un, and it's a good thing she died when she did, or she'd be doing hard labor in prison as like as not. Charlotte! Mrs., he'll murder me! Help! Help! He's gone mad! Charlotte!
What's going on? Oh, you horrid wretch! You little ungrateful murderous villain! Noah! Oh, the coffin! Noah, get up! Charlotte's some water, quick! Dear, dear, she's going off! We could have been murdered in our beds! What did I do? What's to be done? Dear, dear, I don't know, Mother, unless we call for the Bow Street runners.
The beetle.
Mr. Bumble!
Where is he? Dead?
Very much alive.
Are you in there, Oliver?
You let me out here.
Do you recognize this here voice, Oliver?
Yes?
And ain't you a trembling while I speak, Oliver?
No?
Of course, the boy's insane, Mr. Bumble. No boy in half his age would venture to speak so to you.
It's not madness, madam. It's meat.
What?
You've overfed him, madam. You've raised an artificial spirit in the boy unbecoming of his station in life. If you'd have kept him on gruel, this never would have happened.
Dear, dear, this is what comes of being generous.
Unfortunately, I can take him back to the workhouse with me, feed him on gruel till he's a little more starved down. He comes of a bad family.
What's going on in my parlor?
It's that boy, Oliver. We had to lock him up. Never in all of my life.
Now, you're a good boy, ain't you, Oliver?
He called my mother names.
And so what if he did? She probably deserved what was said. And worse.
She didn't.
She did!
It's a lie.
Oh, Charlotte!
He's gone.
God! Oliver, he's run off!
5 pounds! 5 pounds run off! 5 pounds of mine! After him!
Meat, madam! Meat!
What do you stand at? Ain't you never seen a gent?
No, I haven't.
Tired?
I've been running hard.
Oh, I see. You must be running from the beak.
The what?
Now don't tell me you don't know what the beak is, me flash mate.
In a beadware vodka?
My eyes, how green! A beak is a magistrate for your information. Hungry?
Starving.
Got no mother?
No.
Father?
No.
Lovely ball. My weather we're having, wouldn't you say? Stay in London.
No.
Got any lodgings?
Not a farthing.
Huh.
Are you staying in London?
When I'm at home, I suppose you want someplace to sleep tonight. Are you accommodated?
No, I don't think so.
Then accommodated you shall be, me old mate. There's a certain house, and I know a respectable old gentleman lives there, what'll give you lodgings for nothing and never ask for the change. This is and that is, if someone he knows introduces you. And does he know me? Why, I should say he does. Not if he don't, and some.
Who is this respectable old gentleman then? Is he a charity gentleman?
Well, I wouldn't exactly say that. Not exactly. But if I introduce someone, it's all right, on account of I happen to be a particular favorite of Mr. Fagin. That's his name, Mr. Fagin. By the way, if I'm introducing you to Fagin, I better know who you are, me old China plate.
My name's Oliver, Oliver Twist.
And my name's Jack Dawkins, better known among me more intimate friends as the Artful Dodger.
Pleased to meet you, Mr. Dawkins.
Come to think of it, I ain't got no intimate friends. Still, what's the difference, me old mate? You're coming with me.
Are you sure Mr. Fagin will mind?
Mind? Consider yourself at home. Consider yourself one of the family. We've taken to you so strong. It's clear we're going to get along. Consider yourself well in. Consider yourself part of the furniture. There isn't a lot to spare. Who cares? Whatever we got, we share. If it's your chance to be, we should see some harder days. Empty lot of days. Why grouse? Always a chance to meet somebody, foot the bill. Then the drinks are on the ass. Consider yourself my mate. We don't want to have no fuss. For after some consideration, we can state, consider yourself one of us. Consider yourself.
Who?
Consider yourself.
Part of the family?
We've taken to you
So strong.
It's clear we're going to get along. Consider yourself. Consider yourself.
Part of the furniture.
There isn't a lot to spare. Who cares? Whatever we got, we share. Nobody tries to be la-di-da and up for tea. There's a cup of tea for all. Only it's wise to be handy with a rolling pin when the landlord comes to call. Consider yourself my mate. We don't want to have no fuss. For after some consideration,
say to yourself, well,
There isn't a lot to spare. With the chance to be, we should see some holidays. Empty holidays, wine rounds. With the chance to be somebody to put the bill. And the drinks are on me out. Consider yourself our mate. We don't want to have no fuss. For after some consideration, we can say, consider yourself one of us. Consider yourself at home. Consider yourself part of the family. We think of you so strong. It's clear we're going to get along. Consider yourself our mate. Consider yourself part of the furniture. There isn't a lot to spare. Who cares whatever we got to share? Just we should see some holidays. Empty holidays, wine rounds. Always a chance to meet somebody to put the bill. And the drinks are on the out. Consider yourself our mate. We don't want to have no fuss. For after some consideration, we can say, consider yourself one of us. Consider yourself at home. Consider yourself part of the family. We think of you so strong. It's clear we're going to get along. Consider yourself early. Consider yourself part of the furniture. There isn't a lot to spare. Who cares whatever we got to share? Tries to be la-di-da-da-da-dee. There's company for all. Only tries to be handy with the rolling pin when the landlord comes to call. Consider yourself our mate. We don't want to have no fuss. For after some consideration, we can say, consider yourself one of us.
Fagin, this is my new friend, Oliver Twist.
Oliver Twist, my dear. I hope I should have the honor of your intimate acquaintance. I'll leave the boy alone. Leave him alone. We are very pleased to see you, Oliver, my dear. Charlie! Charlie, draw a tab near the fire for Mr. Twist. Dodger, take off the sausages.
They're stale.
Shut up and drink your gin. Ah, yes, my dear. You're staring at the pocket handkerchiefs, ain't you? Yes, there are quite many of them, ain't there? Yes, we've just done them all up ready for the wash. That's all about.
The wash. Is this the laundry then, sir?
Not exactly, my boy. I suppose a laundry be a very nice thing indeed. But our line of business pays a little better, don't it, boys?
Not all.
You see, Oliver, in this life, one thing counts. In the bank, large amounts. I'm afraid these don't grow on trees. You've got to pick a pocket or two. You've got to pick a pocket or two. Boys, you've got to pick a pocket or two.
Large amounts don't grow on trees. You've got to pick a pocket or two.
Let's show Oliver how it's done, shall we, my dears? Come on up. Why should we break our backs stupidly paying tax? Better get some untaxed income. Better pick a pocket or two. You've got to pick a pocket or two. Boys, you've got to pick a pocket or two.
Why should we all break our backs? We better pick a pocket or two.
All right, boys, come on up. Robin Hood, what a crook, gave away what he took. Charity's fine, subscribe to mine. Get up and pick a pocket or two. You've got to pick a pocket or two. Boys, you got to pick a pocket or two.
Robin Hood was far too good. We have to pick a pocket or two.
All right, boys, listen closely. Take a tip from Bill Sykes. He can whip what he likes. I recall he started small. He had to pick a pocket or two. You've got to pick a pocket or two. Boys, you've got to pick a pocket or two.
We can be like old Bill Sykes if we pick a pocket or two.
Good boys, good boys. Watch closely, Oliver, my dear. Dear old gent passing by, something nice takes his eye. Everything's clear, attack the rear. Advance and pick a pocket or two. You've got to pick a pocket or two. Boys, you've got to pick a pocket or two.
And no fear, attack the rear. Advance and pick a pocket or two.
Come on up, boys. When I see someone rich, both my thumbs start to itch. Only to find some peace of mind, I have to pick a pocket or two. You've got to pick a pocket or two. Boys, you've got to pick a pocket or two.
Just to find some peace of mind,
We have to pick a pocket or two.
Put them all back in the box. Let's go, all of them. Thank you, all of them. Thank you, thank you. Thank you. All of them. Come here. What a crook. Now, boys, I suppose you've all been hard at work today.
Odd. As rocks.
Good boys, good boys. What have you got, Dodger?
A couple of wallets.
Not as heavy as they might be, but very nicely made. Ingenious workman, ain't he, Oliver?
Very ingenious, sir.
And what have you got, Charlie?
Nose ranks.
Very good ones, too, very. Yellow and green. Charlie, you have not embroidered them too well, though, my dear, so we'll have to pick the initials out with a needle. You'll learn how to do this, too, Oliver, my dear, won't you, boys and girls? Yes, but in the meantime, you'll learn how to make wallets like Dodger and Charlie here. You'd like that, won't you, my dear?
Oh, yes, Mr. Fagin. If you'll teach me.
Certainly, my boy, certainly no fee. Just do everything that Dodger and Charlie here do. Make them your models, my dear. Especially Dodger. He's going to be a regular little Bill Sykes. Now, is my handkerchief protruding from my pocket?
Yes, sir. I can just see the corner.
Can you? See if you can take it without my feeling it, like you saw the others do. Pum-pum-tum, pum-pum-pum, pum-pum-pum, pum-pum-pum. Skiddy-lie-tie-tie- tie-tie-tie-rappa-tappa-rappa-tum-tum. You've got to pick a pocket or two, boys. You've got to pick a pocket or two. Is it gone?
Yes, sir. It's in my hand.
Is it? What a clever boy, Oliver, my dear. I've never seen a sharper lad. Here is 6 pence for you. I have to go to the bank. You know, if you keep this up, you'll be the greatest man of all time. Yes, you're quite the gentleman now, ain't you? You've got the home and the profession. Hey, boys. All right, off to bed, all of you. It was a hard day's work, and I should just settle down. Oliver, my dear, you can sleep here. And I'm afraid the Wedgwoods is in the safe. Oh, boys, you've got to pick a pocket or two. I'm a real miser, you know. But I can't help it. I just like to look at it. You know, this is my little pleasure. A cup of coffee and a quick count up. I mean, who's gonna look after me in my old age? Will you? No. Will you? You? Why are you awake? What have you seen? Speak. Speak, I want to hear every detail you saw.
I'm very sorry I have disturbed you, sir. I couldn't sleep anymore.
Were you awake 5 minutes ago?
No, sir.
2 minutes ago?
Not that I know of, sir.
You be sure. Be sure.
All right, then, I'm sure.
All right, then. If you're sure, I'm sure. Certainly, my boy, I was only trying to frighten you. You're a brave boy, Oliver. A brave boy. Did you see any of the pretty little things, my dear?
Yes, sir.
They're mine, Oliver. They're my little property. All I've got to live in me old age. It's a terrible thing, old age.
May I get up, sir?
Certainly, my boy, certainly. There's a basin of water out by the fire. You can have a wash.
Well, I had a wash yesterday, sir.
Well, today's your birthday. Wash.
Plummy and slam!
Oh, boys! Get up, boys! The ladies are here.
We'll have a less of that if you don't mind, Mr. Fagan. Where's the gin?
All in moderation, my dear. Too much gin could be a troubling little thing for a pretty young thing like yourself.
What's wrong with a drop of danger then, Mr. Fagan? After all, that's the only bit of excitement we have around here. And who would deny us that small pleasure? Would you? Small pleasures, who would deny us these? Gin toddies, large measures, no skimping if you please. I rough it, I love it, life is a game of chance. I never tire of it, late in this merry dance. If you don't mind having a go without things, it's a fine life. It's a fine life. Though there ain't no jolly or pleasure outings, it's a fine life. It's a fine life. When you've got someone to love, you forget your cares and strife. Let the fools look down on us, let the wide world frown on us. It's a fine, fine life. Who cares if straight laces sneer at us in the street? Fine airs and fine graces don't act us into weeds. We wander through London, who knows what we may find. There's pockets left undone on many a behind. If you don't mind taking it as it turns out, it's a fine life. It's a fine life. Keep the candle burning until it burns out. It's a fine life. It's a fine life. Though you
cover one till he blacks the other one, but you don't dare cry. No flounces, no feathers, no frozen fur pillows. All winds and all weathers ain't good for fancy clothes. These trappings, these tatters, these we can just afford. What future, what matters? You've got a bed and board. If you don't mind having to deal with Fagin, it's a fine life. It's a fine life. Though disease rats threaten to bring the plague in, it's a fine life. It's a fine life. Though the grass is green and dense on the right side of the fence, and we take good care of it till we get our share of it, and we don't need pets. If you don't mind having to like a lump it, it's a fine life. It's a fine life. Though there's no tea sipping and eating crumpet, it's a fine life. It's a fine life. Not for me, the happy home, happy husband, happy wife. Though it sometimes touches me, for the likes of such as me, mine's a fine, fine life. Who's he, Fagin?
Oh, ladies, I forgot to introduce you to our new lodger. Mr. Oliver Twist, Esquire. Nancy and Beck.
Charmed to meet you.
Oh, yes, we're all ladies and gentlemen around here, aren't we? We're all quality.
Quality. You wouldn't know quality if you saw it. None of ya. Except Dodge. Have you seen the way them quality gentlemen treats their ladies?
Of course I have.
Shall we show them how it's done?
Right, yeah.
Oh, go on, Nancy, give us a free show on the stage.
Oh, shut up, you lot. How does it go now, Dodge? It's all bowing and acts off.
And don't make your petticoat dangle in the mud, mind.
Oh, and I'll go last.
No, I'll go last.
I'll go last.
I'd do anything for you, dear. Anything for you mean everything to me. I know that I'd go anywhere for your smile. Anywhere for your smile. Everywhere I'd see.
Would you climb a hill?
Anything.
Wear a daffodil?
Anything.
Leave me all your will?
Anything.
Even fight my bill?
What fisticuffs? I'd risk everything for one kiss. Everything. Yes, I'd do anything. Anything for you.
Now you, Oliver.
I'd do anything for you, dear. Anything for you mean everything to me. I know that I'd go anywhere for your smile. Anywhere for your smile. Everywhere I'd see.
Would you lace my shoe?
Anything.
Paint your face bright blue?
Anything.
Catch a kangaroo?
Anything.
Go to Timbuktu?
And back again, I'd risk everything for one kiss. Everything, yes, I'd do anything. Anything for you.
Would you rob a shop?
Anything.
Would you risk the drop?
Anything,
Though your eyes go pop
anything.
when you come down plop.
Hang everything we'd risk, life and limb, to keep you in the swim. Yes, we do anything,
Anything?
anything for you.
All right then, boys. Can have the lot you're standing around here all day. Come on, there's a fine day's picking out in the street. Get out and earn your keep.
Ta-ta, you lot.
Ta-ta!
Oliver, you can go with Dodger. You have to make a start sometime, and believe me, you could not make a finer start. So good luck on your first job today, my dear. I'll be waiting for you here when you get back. You can go, but be back soon. You can go, but while you're working, this place I'm pacing around until you're home, safe and sound. Very well, but be back soon. You can tell where danger's lurking. Do not forget this tune. Be back soon.
How could we forget? How could we let our dear old pagan worry? We love him so. He'll come back home in no such great big hurry. It's in the pace of piper. It's us that pipes us too. So long, very well, pip pip cheerio. We'll be back soon.
You can go, but be back soon. You can go, but bring back plenty of pocket handkerchiefs. And you should be clever thieves. Whip 'em quick and be back soon. There's a 6pence here for 20. Ain't that a lovely tune? Be back soon.
Our pockets load of watch of gold that chimes upon the hour. The crown jewels from the tower. But they don't know his tune. So long, very well, pip pip cheerio. We'll be back soon.
Cheerio, but be back soon. I don't know, somehow I'll miss ya. I love you, that's why I say cheerio. Not goodbye, you'll be gone long, be back soon. Give me one long last look, bless ya. Remember our old tune. Be back soon.
We must disappear. We'll be back here today, perhaps tomorrow. We'll miss you too. It's sad but true. The party's such a sorrow. We'll hear this whisper too. So long, pretty well, pip pip cheerio. We'll be back soon.
Cheerio, but be
We'll
back
be
soon.
back here
I don't know,
today,
somehow
perhaps
I'll miss ya.
tomorrow.
I love you, that's why I say cheerio. Goodbye, don't be gone long, be back soon. Give me one long last look, bless ya. Remember our old tune. Be back soon.
You'll hear this whisper too. So long, very well, pip pip cheerio. We'll be back soon. So long, very well, pip pip cheerio. We'll be back soon.
Stop, boy.
That's how it goes. Papa, everyone knows. They all suppose what they want to suppose when they hear Papa.
Ladies and gentlemen, brethren, sinners all, I call upon our goddess of virtues to give us the well-known rendition of the old school classic, Ooh Papa!
There's a little ditty they're singing in the city, especially when they've been on the gin or the beer. If you got the patience, your own imaginations will tell you just exactly what you want to hear.
Papa, that's how it goes. Papa, everyone knows.
They all suppose what they want to suppose when they hear, oh, Papa. Mr. Percy Snodgrass would often have the glass, but never when he thought anybody could see. Secretly buy it and drink it on the quiet, and dream he was an earl with a girl on each knee.
Papa, that's how it goes. Papa, everyone knows.
What is the cause of his red shiny nose? Can it be you, Papa? Pretty little Sally goes walking down the alley, displays her pretty ankles to all of the men. They could see her garters, but not for free and gratis. An inch or two, and then she knows when to say when. Papa, that's how it goes. Papa, everyone knows. Whether it's sitting or whether it shows, it's the same Papa. She was from the country, but now she's up a gum tree. She let a fella feed her, then lead her along. What's the use of crying? She's made a bed to lie in. She's glad to bring the coin in and join in this song. Papa, that's how it goes. Papa, everyone knows. She is no longer the same blushing rose ever since soon, Papa. There's a little ditty they're singing in the city, especially when they've been touching or the news. If you got the patience, your own imaginations will tell you what you want to hear. Papa, that's how it goes. Papa, everyone knows. They all suppose what they want to suppose when they hear Papa.
When they hear it, they've got cause enough to fear it. It's much blacker than they smear it. Nobody mentions my name. Rich men hold their 500 south. Me emptying them south. No, I could tear their throats out just to live up to my name. With me, Jammy in the end, let me see the man who dares stop me taking what I made and start to say his prayers. 5 steps like an iron get for doing of a murder. I just so much as heard of my name, Bill Sykes. Strong men tremble when they hear it. They've got cause enough to fear it. It's much blacker than they smear it. Nobody mentions my name. Some tough slumming with his ballet, but in the alley now, his eyes will never tally. We've never heard of my name. One bloke used to boast the claim he could take my name in vain. Oh, look, shame he was so green, never was he seen again. Once bad, what's the good of turning? In hell, I'll be there a burning. Meanwhile, think of what I'm earning, all on account of my name. What is it? What is it? What is it? My
Where is Oliver? What had become of Oliver? Now then, what has become of the boy? What had become of Oliver?
He got nabbed on the job.
Where? Where to? Quick, speak.
He went to Chepstow Gardens. The old man we robbed took him off in a coach and took him off to his home.
Why didn't you look after him? Why didn't you keep him with you?
Fagin looks worried.
One of us, Bill. A new boy. I'm afraid he's going to say something which might get us into trouble.
It's very likely. You're blowed upon, Fagin.
And I'm afraid, you see, that if the game were up with us, it might be up with a good many more. And it would come out rather worse for you than it would for me, my dear.
Got to find out what's been said, and what's been done. He hasn't talked yet. There's a chance we might be able to get him back without suspicion. We'll nab him the very moment he dares to step out of that house. Now he's gonna get
The very thing. Nancy, what do you say?
the very thing.
That it won't do, so it's no use of trying it on.
What exactly do you mean by that remark?
What I say, Bill.
Why, Nancy, you're just the person for it. Nobody up that way knows anything about you.
And as I don't want him to, neither. It's rather more no than yes with me, Bill.
She'll go, Fagin.
No, she won't, Fagin.
Yes, she will, Fagin. Go on, get out! Go on, Bet.
Come on, dear.
As long as he needs me. Oh, yes, he does need me. In spite of what you see, I'm sure that he needs me. Who else would love him still when they've been used so ill? He knows I always will, as long as he needs me. I miss him so much when he is gone, but when he's near me, I don't let on the way I feel inside. The love I have to hide, the hell I've got, my pride, as long as he needs me. He doesn't say the things he should, he acts the way he thinks he should, but all the same I'll play this game his way, as long as he needs me. I know where I must be. I'll cling on steadfastly, as long as he needs me, as long as life is long. I'll love him right or wrong, and somehow I'll be strong, as long as he needs me. If you are lonely, then you will know when someone needs you, you love them so. I won't betray his trust, though people say I must. I've got to stay true, just
red roses, strawberries bright. Any
Knives, knives to grind. Any knives to grind.
Any red roses,
Knives to grind.
Any red today, my sweet
grind.
roses. Who will buy?
Who will buy?
Who will buy this wonderful morning? Such a sky you never did see.
Who will buy my sweet red roses?
Who will tie it up with a ribbon and put it in a box for me?
Ripe strawberries bright.
So I could see it at my leisure. Whenever things go wrong, and I would keep it as a treasure to last my whole life long.
Any winter day.
Who will buy this wonderful feeling? I'm so high, I swear I could fly.
Knives, knives to grind.
Strawberries bright.
Oh my, I don't want to lose it. So what am I to do to keep the sky so blue? There must be someone who will buy.
Who will buy?
Doctor, I believe you'll find a great improvement in the boy.
Well, that, sir, is for me to decide.
Thank you, Mrs. Bedwin. Oliver, how are you feeling today, my boy?
Much better, thank you. May I see her always, sir?
If you wish, if you wish. The doctor's here to see you now.
You're a great deal better, are you not?
Yes, sir.
Yes, I know you are. And you're hungry too, aren't you?
No, sir.
No, he's not hungry, Mrs. Bedwin.
No, Doctor.
No, you're sleepy, aren't you, though?
No, sir.
No, he's not sleepy either.
No, Doctor.
You're thirsty, aren't you? If this boy's thirsty, I'll eat my head, are you?
Yes, sir. Rather thirsty.
Yes, just as I expected. You may give him a little tea.
Yes, Doctor.
May I get up, sir?
I think you may, and take a little fresh air, why don't you? Mrs. Bedwin, don't let him get too cold, but be sure he doesn't get too warm. Will you have the goodness?
Certainly, Doctor.
You'll be glad to be up again, Oliver. Doctor, do you see the most extraordinary likeness between this boy's face and this portrait here of my daughter Agnes?
I can't say I do. I only know two sorts of boys. Mealy-faced boys and beef-faced boys.
And which is Oliver?
Mealy, where does he come from?
Didn't I tell you? He was arrested for stealing my pocket handkerchief.
What, sir?
It was all my mistake, really. And when the storekeeper told me what really happened and he was released by the magistrate, I brought him here to make what amends I could. But to be completely honest, I find myself strangely attached to the boy.
Well, he's deceiving you, my good friend. He's had a fever. What of that? Fevers are not peculiar to good people, are they? Bad people have fevers sometimes, haven't they? He stole your pocket handkerchief, sir. He'll steal more.
He wouldn't. Yes?
Books you want from the bookseller, sir.
Oh, thank you. I've got these books here. Hey, wait a moment. I'd particularly wish for some books to be returned today.
Send Oliver with them. He'll be sure to deliver them safely. If not, I'll eat my head.
Oh, yes. Do let me take them for you. Please, sir.
If you wish, Oliver, here's what I'd like you to do. I'd like you to take these books and pay back the £4.10 that Mr. Brownlow owes. He is £5. Now, you don't need to hurry. However, it is only down the street. So I wish you back in 10 minutes.
Very good, sir.
Let us see, Mrs. Bedwin. 10 minutes.
Who will buy?
Who will buy?
Wonderful
must be someone who will buy.
I found him. Where have you been? We've been worried out of our heads.
Let go, who is it? Let go!
What's the matter, love? Oh, he ran away 2 weeks ago from his parents, who are hard-working, respectable people, and joined a set of thieves and bad characters. Almost broke his mother's heart. Make him come home.
Young rat.
Go home, you little brute.
I won't! She's not my sister. Got no sister. Got no father, no mother neither.
Oh, just listen to him.
What's the devil's this?
Tom's let me go.
See? He knows his little sister. He can't hide that. Make him come home.
Young Oliver, you'll make your mother sick. Come on in. What books are these?
They're Mr. Brownlow's.
So you've been stealing again, have you? You're nothing but a thief and a vagabond. Come on home. Twist, I'll give him twist.
All right, Bill, leave him be. We're here.
Oh, look, boys. Oliver's back.
Yay! Look at his togs, Fagin. Super fine cloth and the every small cut. Nothing but a gentleman, Fagin.
It's splendid to see you looking so well, Oliver, my dear. The Artful Dodger shall give you a new suit for fear you might spoil that wonderful Sunday one. Why didn't you call, my dear, and say you were coming? We would have got something warm for supper.
What's that? That's mine, Fagin.
No, Bill. Mine. It's mine, Bill. You can have the books.
If that ain't mine and Nancy's that is, I'll take the boy back again.
Oh, come on, this is hardly fair, Bill.
Fair or not fair? Hardly fair, is it? You think Nancy and me's got nothing better to do with our precious time than spend it chasing young kids? Come on, hand it over, you avaricious old skeleton. That's for our share of the trouble, and not half enough either. Here, start a library.
You can't keep the books. They belong to Mr. Brownlow. If he finds out you've got them, he'll be out here after you.
So he'll be out here, will he? What have you told him about us?
Nothing.
That remains to be seen. But if we hear you've said anything out of place, anything. Oh, Fagin, I wagered the young scoundrels told him everything.
Help! Help!
Stand off or I'll split your head against the wall.
I don't care for that, Bill. The child shan't be harmed unless you kill me first.
Shanty. I'll soon do that if you don't keep off.
All right. We've got him. Now what's the matter?
I think the girl's gone mad, Fagin.
No, she hasn't, Fagin. Don't
Then
think
keep quiet, will you?
No. I will not keep quiet.
All this violence.
Try and run away, would you?
I won't stand by and see it done, Bill. You've got him here, and what more would you have? Let him be. I shall put my mark on someone and not care for the consequences.
Oh, Nancy. Oh, why, you're wonderful tonight. Such talent. What an actress.
Oh, am I? Take care I don't overdo it, because I'm warning you. I'll put my finger on some of you, and I don't care if I hang with you.
You. Do you know who you are? And what you are?
Yes, I know all about it. Who I am, and what I am.
Then you better keep quiet or I'll quiet you for a good long time to come. You're nice when coming all this humane and genteel rubbish. A pretty subject for the child, as you call it, to make a friend of.
Lord help me, I am. And I wish I'd been struck dead in the street before lending a hand and bringing him here. After today, he's a thief and a liar, and all that's bad from this day forth. Isn't that enough for you? Without beating him after death.
Must have civil words. Civil words, Bill.
Civil words. Yes, you deserve them from me. I thieved for you when I was a child, half his age and for 12 years since. Don't you forget it.
For you have. It's your living.
Some living, some living.
What you deserve, you get.
No getting or giving.
Must we have murders yet?
There'll be murders, there'll be terror such as you've never seen. Watch it, Nancy, make no error, there ain't no in-betweens.
No violence
in life.
If you don't mind making a mate of Satan, it's a fine life.
Fine life.
My life, Satan.
No, we don't mind keeping the angels waiting. It's a fine life.
Fine life, fine life.
Come better do as you are told.
Watch out.
Bill has got a heart of gold.
Get out on the
And
job.
not to mess with it.
Shut your gob.
The best of it. It's a fine
life.
Look after her, Bill. Look after him, Dodger. And I'll look after myself. A man's got a heart, hasn't he? Choking apart, hasn't he? And though I'd be the first one to say that I wasn't a saint, I'm finding it hard to be really as black as they paint. I'm reviewing the situation. Can a fella be a villain all his life? All the trials and tribulation. Better settle down and get myself a wife. And the wife would cook and sew for me and come for me and go for me and go for me and nag at me. The finger she would wag at me, the money she would take from me, a misery she'd make of me. I'd think I'd better think it out again. A wife you can keep anyway. I'd rather sleep anyway. Left without anyone in the world, and I'm starting from now. So how to win friends and to influence people? So how? I'm reviewing the situation. I must quickly look up everyone I know. Titled people with a station who can help me make a real impressive show. I will own a suite at Claridge's and run a fleet of carriages and wave at all the duchesses, their friendliness as much as is befitting of my new estate. Good morrow to your magistrate. I think I'd better think it out again. So where shall I go? Somebody? Who do I know? Nobody. All my dearest companions have always been villains and thieves. So at my time of life, I should start turning over new leaves. I'm reviewing the situation. If you want to eat, you've got to earn a bob. Is it such a humiliation for a robber to perform an honest job? So a job I'm getting possibly. I wonder who the boss will be. I wonder if he'll take to me what bonuses he'll make to me. I'll start at 8 and finish late at normal rate. No, but wait, I think I'd better think it out again. What happens when I'm 70? Must come a time, 70, when you're old and it's cold, and who cares if you live or you die? Your one consolation's the money you may have put by. I'm reviewing the situation. I'm a bad 'un and a bad 'un I shall stay. You'll be seeing no transformation, though it's wrong to be a rogue in every way. I don't want nobody hurt for me or made to do the dirt for me. This rotten life is not for me, it's getting far too hot for me. Don't want no one to rob for me, but who will find a job for me? There is no in-between for me, but who can change the scene for me? I think I'd better think it out again. Hey!
And 2 weeks ago tomorrow, it was done. I sold myself for 6 teaspoons, a pair of sugar tongs, and a milk pot, with a small quantity of second-hand furniture and 20 pounds cash. I went very reasonable, cheap, dirt cheap.
Cheap? You would have been dear at any price. Dear enough I paid for you. Lord above know that. Well, are you just going to sit there snoring all day?
I was not snoring, madam, but I shall sit here as long as I think proper, and I shall snore, sneeze, gape, laugh, or cry, such being my prerogative.
Oh, your prerogative.
I said the word, ma'am. The prerogative of a man is to command.
And what's the prerogative of a woman, in the name of goodness?
To obey, madam. Your late unfortunate husband should have taught you that, and I wish he did, for he would still be alive today.
Oh, you hard-hearted brute!
Cry away, madam. It opens the lungs, washes the face, softens the temper, and cleans the eyes, so cry away.
Oh, you hard-hearted brute! How dare you speak to me like that, you great big lump! Now talk about your prerogative, if you dare. Shut up! And take yourself away from here, unless you want me to do something desperate.
Certainly, my dear, certainly. I had no intention of staying. You were just so very violent.
Who's that?
It's Matron.
Turn her away.
But I'm your old friend Annie.
Go on, get out of it.
Now listen to me. In this house, in this very room, a pretty young creature came to me with her feet cut and bruised from walking. She gave me her boy and then she died.
Yes? What about her?
I robbed her. I robbed her, so I did. All she had were round her neck and it were gold.
Gold, yes, go on.
This is it, the locket. She whispered in my ear before she died, if a boy should live, he might be proud to hear his family name. He must have come from a good rich family.
The boy's name?
His name was?
Yes?
Oliver.
We must retrieve that boy, Mr. Bumble.
We must indeed, ma'am. Oliver, Oliver.
That was the mite with the large appetite.
Oliver, Oliver. Apparently he's from a rich family.
And to think we nearly stupidly went and lost track of him.
If the truth were known, we'd both be delighted at seeing the back of him. Oliver, Oliver. What will we do?
We must give him his due.
And we'll praise the day somebody gave us Oliver.
You bring information regarding the boy, Oliver Twist?
Yes. Bumble is my name, beadle of the workhouse where this boy was taken care of till he was apprenticed to an undertaker.
Well, do you know where he is now?
Not no more than nobody.
Well, what do you know of him?
Well, I know that this little trinket was given to my wife by the lad's dying mother before she passed away. Mrs. Bumble has kept it all this time. My wife did not die, by the way. It was the dying mother.
You mean to tell me when he left your workhouse, he went to an undertaker's?
Yes, Mr. Sowerberry. We sold Oliver to him for £5.
You mean you sold him like an animal?
Well, it was Mrs. Bumble who actually authorized the transaction.
Really? Well, I'm going to see to it that neither of you are employed in a situation of trust again. You may leave my house.
I hope this won't deprive me of my parochial office.
Indeed it will, and consider yourself well off besides.
It was Mrs. Bumble. She would do it.
That is no excuse, for you were there on the occasion of the sale, and are more guilty in the eye of the law. For the law states that your wife acts under your direction.
If the law supposes that, then the law is an ass. If the law supposes that, then the law is a bachelor. And the worst that I wish the law is that his eyes will be opened by experience. By experience.
Sir, there is a woman at the back door inquiring for you and saying she's come about Oliver.
Mrs. Bedwin, take a look at this miniature. Do you see who it is?
Why, it's Miss Agnes, sir.
Yes. And I have every reason to believe that Oliver is a child.
Sir?
I can't stay out there any longer. If I'd gone away as many would have done, you would have been sorry, and not without reason neither.
I apologize if anyone's been rude to you. How may I help you?
I don't know. Can she be trusted?
Yes. Why?
I'm the girl that brought little Oliver back to Old Fagin's on the morning he left this house.
You?
Me, sir. And I wish now that I'd never been a part of it. The boy mentioned you specially, and I thought if I came to you...
Where is this Fagin's?
I can't tell you.
Did you perhaps think that Oliver is my grandchild?
I didn't know nothing. All I knew was me orders. I had to get him back or suffer for it. You don't believe me? I don't want your pity. I had to get him back. There are people who would murder me if they knew I'd been here.
Murder? But where is Oliver? Where is this Fagin's?
I can't tell you. I must go back now quickly.
Wait. What am I to do about all this? Why must you go back? What is the reason you cannot tell me where Oliver is? And why must you go back to those awful people? I can call the Bow Street runners in an instant, and if you tell them what you have just told me, they'll see that you come to no harm.
Don't you understand? I want to go back there. I must go back. You see, back there, there's a man that I just can't leave. You see, I love him. You don't understand what it's like to love someone like that.
I understand.
My dear ladies, excuse me, but I'm very anxious about the whereabouts of Oliver. Can you help me?
Well, I won't bring him here. That's too dangerous. Will you promise that I won't be watched or followed?
I promise you solemnly.
Then tonight, between the time the clock strikes 12 and 11, I will walk on London Bridge, and I will bring Oliver.
He doesn't act as though he cares, but deep inside I know he cares, and that is why I'm tied right by his side. someone else needs me. As long as life is long, I'll love him right or wrong. And he's so big and strong. But someone else needs me, a child with no one to take his part. I'll take his part, Bill, but cross my heart. I won't betray your trust. Though people say I must, my heart will stay true just as long as I needs me. Bill, leave him be. Don't touch him, Bill. Why are you looking at me like that, Bill?
It's a dark night, my girl, but light enough for what I've got to do.
I wasn't gonna blow the gaff, honest, Bill. 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 Bill!
Help! Let me in, Fagin! Let me in!
Stand back, Dad! Stand back! Can you tell me what happened, sir?
Well, I came to meet this poor creature at the bridge, and as I was approaching, a figure ran off in the other direction.
Can you tell me what he looked like?
He was a heavily built, broad-shouldered man.
Anything else?
He wore a brown coat and a tall hat.
Stand back or I'll kill the boy!
Hey, look! He's got Fagin's money! It's Fagin's money, but where is he?
Who do you think
Come
you're
out,
laying your
Fagin.
hands on? Assault and battery, that's what it is. Waking a respectful man up in the early hours in the morning.
We want Fagin! We want Fagin!
Come on, Oliver. Let's go home.
Can somebody change? It's possible. Maybe it's strange, but it's possible. All my dearest companions and treasures, I've left them behind. But I'll turn a leaf over, and who can tell what I may find? Yes, a young man. And do I have the honor of your acquaintance? Lined?
Only the best. Quality workmanship. Ain't it?
I'm reviewing the situation.
Once a villain, you're a villain till the end.
Your light fingers,
Your inspiration.
what a team.
Am I your partner?
Or a friend. For your talent is employable, so make your life enjoyable. A world with pockets open wide awaits your whims to grope inside.
Collections undetectable.
We might retire respectable.
Together till our dying day.
The living proof that crime can pay. I think we'll have to think it out again. Hey!
Don slice. Don slice, please.